Now we're taking a live look outside. It's sunny, but we can't tell. It's still a little chilly this morning. As you're grabbing your coffee, you might want to wait a little longer to watch things warm up. Right, Melanie?
I had to dig out the coat from the back of the closet this morning. Had to get a thicker one because it was off to a chilly start, and it still feels chilly out there. But it will be more mild as we go through the rest of our weekend, and it's dry at that. Light wind today, breezy tomorrow before we get the return chance of some showers here on Monday. Now, we look at our setup today. If you want the really nice weather conditions that we're going to get today, you root for high pressure. It is overhead, so that will continue to keep it pretty nice around here. Current temperatures ranging in the 30s and 40s for most of us. 33 in Bedford. It's 47 in Boston and Worcester as well. The difference you wake up to this morning, not a whole lot of wind out there. A lot of our observation sites showing a calm wind, and that also really helped to drop our temperatures through the overnight and this morning. High temperatures today make it into the low to mid 60s. I have you at 65 in Nashua, 64 in Fitchburg, and for a lot of Metro West, close to 60 degrees in Boston, and some mid to upper 50s still across the Cape and the islands. So this is great weather, not only for the rowers, for the Head of Charles Regatta, but also for the spectators. If you're headed out, you don't have a whole lot of wind, and you'll have mostly sunshine as our temperatures climb close to 60 degrees for that event today. Overnight temperatures will not be as chilly. Temperatures are mainly going to be in the low 40s for Metro West. We'll have some clouds around and a shift in our wind direction out of the south to southwest. Out the door tomorrow morning, there will not be a lot of wind, but you will notice an increasing breeze as we get into the afternoon. Some gusts potentially 20 to 25 miles per hour. So maybe just more of a nuisance if you're out there. But this time of year, to get a high temperature near 70 degrees, you have to have that wind direction. And I do have some towns like Lawrence, Nashua, and Billerica at 70 tomorrow, while a lot of us are going to spend it in the upper 60s, low to mid 60s for the Cape and the islands. It's still going to be a pretty pleasant day, all things considered, despite maybe that breeze, if that's not your favorite thing about the forecast. But we will see some increasing mid and high level clouds as we go through the second half of the day. That's ahead of some changes and ahead of a frontal system that comes through on Monday. 90% chance that you get under a shower. So today, that system is working through the Midwest. You can see areas in yellow highlighted where there's the potential for some severe weather, from Missouri down to Arkansas, parts of Texas and Louisiana as well. So as this system, pretty dynamic one at that, continues to make its way east, eventually reaching us on Monday, we're not worried about severe weather, but we do have the chance for some storms. And any excessive rainfall, I think, is really off to our west. That's where there's been a signature that maybe you pick up more than an inch of rain or so. But this system is going to pull up some moisture out of the Gulf, continues to make its way closer to us, eventually by Monday morning. So at least for part of the commute, you will be under some showers. It does seem to be pretty progressive, so just keeps those showers around for us on Monday. It'll also bring back the wind, and we won't see a whole lot of sunshine for us on Monday, but we clear things out on Tuesday. Next opportunity for showers will be on Wednesday. There's not a lot of wind out there for the rowers today, but the breeze picks up tomorrow. I'll have a closer look at the weekend forecast and our next chance for rain ahead.
And I'm sure by now, Melanie, that chill we had earlier this morning is trying to burn off, right?
Temperatures are climbing. We're under a lot of sunshine, so that's helping to boost our temperatures. It's mild this afternoon. And even more importantly, finally we get a day where there's not a lot of wind, but that breeze is back for us tomorrow. And looking ahead to early next week, that's when we have the return of a gusty wind as well as some rain. But today we have high pressure in charge, so we're staying dry. It stays pretty pleasant around here. There you can see our temperatures continue to climb, already in the upper 50s for the Cape and the islands, low 50s from Boston down to Norwood and Worcester, and then holding steady in the upper 40s for Orange and Jaffrey. This morning, there's just been a slight northwesterly breeze, but again, it's just going to stay light as we go through the rest of today. High temperatures are going to warm up into the low to mid 60s. Inland, I have 65 in Nashua, a lot of low 60s for parts of Worcester County and Metro West, near 60 for Boston. This evening, our sunset is at 5:57. Once we get past that, temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly into the upper 40s, so you'll want that jacket again for this evening for any of your Saturday night plans. But temperatures should hold pretty steady overnight in the low to mid 40s for a lot of us, as we'll have a shift in our wind direction. It shifts out of the south to southwest, and we'll keep that direction for us tomorrow. A closer look at the Head of the Charles forecast for tomorrow. The wind stays fairly light in the morning, but into the afternoon, that's when the breeze is going to pick up. At least it's more southerly for tomorrow. So for that initial mile and a half of the race, it's going to be a tailwind, maybe help some of the rowers showers as they get going, with highs warming into the upper 60s and mostly sunshine. So very nice if you are a spectator for tomorrow. The gusts pick up into the afternoon, so with the peak of our warmth, I think gusts could be about 20 to 25 miles per hour, so just more noticeable than anything. High temperatures are going to get into the upper 60s near 70 degrees. If you're in Billerica, Lawrence, and Nashua, that's where I have you at 70 for tomorrow. A lot of us are going to spend it in the upper 60s, so it should feel pretty good for us. Future forecast shows that tomorrow will feature more clouds. We'll have more mid and high level clouds, and these clouds are ahead of some changes for us on Monday. This dynamic frontal system making its way across the country is going to bring us the chance for rain on Monday. High chance at that. I have you at a 90% chance around our area. So the front makes its way through the Ohio River Valley tomorrow, eventually reaching us for part of the morning commute. So it'll be with us around Monday. You'll have rain. The wind will be there as well, and this will be around through the evening, possibly even some leftover showers into Tuesday morning. Right now, I'm thinking most of us pick up around half an inch of rain. The highest amounts are going to be off to our west, and we are not talking about wind that's going to be as strong as what we experienced last week with our nor'easter. Maybe wind gusts 40, near 40 or above miles per hour. Next chance for some rain comes on Wednesday, and then look at that. Temperatures drop to end the work week.
The stone